The second movement begins while Anansi is busily spinning and singing. Akpala, who is supposed to watch him, is deeply asleep, leaving his bow and arrow lying on his lap. Anansi makes fun of him because he can easily run away, particularly as Odudu the idiot is going to fetch the maidens from the palace. But Anansi thinks he is enjoying life in the new era, so he will not risk escaping from the land. He then reveals his intention to earn a title like the personal advisor to the king, to guarantee his stay and later settle by marrying 2 or 3 maidens. Anansi wakes Akpala from his sleep. Akpala admits having slept due to watching overnight the previous day. He is amazed at Anansi's weaving and wonders whether it was done by mortal hands. As the two men dialogue, the singing of the maidens is heard in the distance. Anansi becomes more inspired. The maidens, led by Princess Uziza, arrive singing Anansi some praises. The maidens, led by the princess as usual. He invites Uziza to his craft shop to see the colorful kente he has woven. Uziza is pleased with Anansi's handiwork, and Anansi assures that there is better quality if the princess will inspire him with her dance. Anansi, Akpala, and Odudu are full of admiration for the princess. Anansi expresses satisfaction with the dance, but tells the princess that she needs to pose in a favorable position for him to note them well and take measurement to help him sew a fitting dress for her. Anansi then tells the princess to dismiss the dancers. She asks them to go to the nearby river to enjoy themselves till Anansi is done. Before Anansi carries out his plans, he instructs Odudu, the idiot, to use the gorge with holes at the bottom to go and fetch water from the river. Anansi uses his palm and fingers to measure the length of the dress, after which he measures the hips, tickling the princess. Zoziza takes Anansi's instructions. This makes Anansi succeed in arousing her sexually, while he repeatedly takes the measurement, touching the princess's sensitive parts. Akpala is compelled to tell Anansi that he is overstepping his bounds, and that the princess is a betrothed woman. Anansi threatens to stop the tax because he is being misjudged. But Zoziza disciplines Akpala. She orders him to lie prostrate till the exercise is over. Anansi then gets the opportunity to measure the princess' bosom. Finally, she becomes aroused and gives in to her seducer to sleep with her. Akpala, who has fallen asleep, wakes up when Anansi was already done with the princess, and she and her maidens are singing on their way home. Akpala gets suspicious. More so, he cannot find Odudu around. Odudu returns later with the empty gorge. Anansi chides him for foolishly taking the wrong gorge. Anansi takes the gorge containing honey and tastes it. Akpala and Odudu yearn to taste it as well, as they have never taken the sweet substance before. Anansi describes it as a mystery sweetness from the gods. He gives each a drop into the palm to feel. After tasting it, they find it tasty and wonder where he got it from. He tells them that he had it from the gods due to his association with them. The honey is one of their secret pleasures. As Anansi continues to weave, he dispatches Odudu to go for his supper. Odudu leaves the scene as he licks his honored palm. Akpala persuades Anansi to tell him how he got the honey, so that he may relax his watch over him. But Anansi considered that to be a poor bargain. Anansi then tells him of his desire to win the princess for a wife. Akpala is amazed at Anansi's wish because the princess is already betrothed to a ferocious Potagiri and urges Akpala to help him so that in return he too will give him the secret to the honey. Akpala wonders how Anansi can triumph over Potagiri, who is a prince from an esteemed clan and who by marrying Zoziza will inherit a whole chiefdom. The island of Boile beyond the Kei River, a chiefdom complete with palace, cattle, an army, food ban, and everything. Anansi prevails over Akpala to cooperate with him to win all those things going to Potagiri so that he will share them with him, and in addition, he will give him the secret of the honey. He learns from Akpala that Potagiri defeated him in a wrestling contest. Anansi also learns that Zoziza does not know Potagiri personally. All arrangements are done on the couple's behalf by go-betweens. Having gotten this information, Anansi decides to invite Potagiri to take his measurements. In the course of that, the prince will put his bow and arrow down, his amulet and necklace aside, making him disarmed. Meanwhile, Akpala is to hide in the bush. Anansi will make Potagiri to stretch his arms, and then he will signal Akpala by whistling to shoot his arrow and kill Potagiri. Both of them agree that if Anansi breaks his promise of giving him his own share of the property, Akpala will reveal the secret to the priestess and the king. The next plan is that when Potagiri dies, Anansi will be dressed in Potagiri's clothing, whilst Potagiri will be dressed in Anansi's clothing. Then Akpala will break the news that Anansi has died by falling from the rafters and breaking his neck in the presence of Potagiri and Akpala. After that, Akpala will inform the king that as an honor to the prince, who has tried in vain to save the life of Anansi, no one should mourn Anansi until the marriage of Potagiri and Zoziza is over. Akpala, at a secret location, will guide Anansi to rehearse his new role as Potagiri. After the marriage, when Anansi has got his chiefdom, he, Zoziza, and Akpala will live to their new fortunes.